The rural way of life is about making everyone feel at home. Tractor Supply chose advanced 5G solutions from T-Mobile for Business to transform intelligent customer service. Together, we put the power of AI to work across 2,200 stores, keeping things running seamlessly inside, curbside, and countryside. This is elevated customer experience. This is Tractor Supply with T-Mobile for Business. Take your business further at T-Mobile.com/now.
Running a business comes with a lot of what-ifs. But luckily, there's a simple answer to them. Shopify. It's the commerce platform behind millions of businesses, including Thrive Cosmetics and Momofuku. And it'll help you with everything you need. From website design and marketing to boosting sales and expanding operations, Shopify can get the job done and make your dream a reality. Turn those what-ifs into... Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/special offer.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the latest installment of...
Eejits of the World!
Eejits of the World.
Hey now, Andrew Brown Cow.
Well, hi there, Mr. Glenn Wool. Don't try and pull you over my eyes.
Uh-oh.
This week, Mr. Wool, we have...
A man who's having trouble with his bank account, and oh, it's so sad to see.
It's a sad story. I myself am very sad about it. We also have the world of Just for Oil meeting the world of Stag Do.
Yes, only one will exit. That's exactly.
Exit planet dust.
Yeah. And speaking of civil disruption, we will be crossing the English Channel into our Gallic friends' pantry.
Yes, we're going to France.
That's right.
Where riots meet wildlife. And what an array of global Eejits we have for you.
Yes, we do, and we've got a couple of comebackers.
Oh, yes.
And I don't think it'll be the last we see of them either.
Oh, some of the people that we're going to discuss over the next hour celebrate the Eejits, are definitely human herpes.
It's like if a herpy fucked a frog. That's who would come out.
Well, his actual name, if you must know, is Nigel Farage.
Which is French for herpy fucked a frog.
Herpy. Is that like Herbie Goes to Monte Carlo?
Beep, beep. I'm sure Herpy's been in Monte Carlo before.
Oh,
come on.
I think that's how Monte Carlo was founded. It's a special monastery that could get the lumps off you. Yes, Nigel Farage. So, old Nidge, was it last week? He goes on to social media to complain that his bank account, he's with Coots. Now, Coots is a very famous, very old money bank.
Yeah.
That famously is where the Royal Family Bank.
Mm-hmm.
So it is the old money stuff. It's now actually owned by NatWest, which is owned by the British government. But he goes on there and says that his account was shut.
Yeah.
For
his hot takes and spicy opinions. He's too much.
Too red hot.
Yeah. People can't handle the truth.
He's too hot to handle.
That's right.
Yeah, like one of those late night soft porn channels that no longer exists. He was too hot. Just too hot to handle. You had to. Anyway, that's
Nigel's Red Shoe Diaries. Do not read those. Do not, under any circumstance.
just him in a wicker chair, looking winsome, legs tucked up underneath him. It was my first time on the Côte d'Azur. I didn't realise that I could fall in love quite so quickly with an enigmatic billionaire.
Dude, diaries.
I forgot about all that shit. God, the kids will never know that you used to have to like watch 20 minutes of really shit acting and terrible plotting before you ever got to a boob.
Yeah,
And it was usually like a French banknote. It was just one boob.
Yeah, but it was always dream sequence too. It wasn't like like it was really like an 80s video with a big billowing fucking curtain going off in it, and some lady just who I don't think had ever kissed anybody before from the photographic evidence, just open mouth like
a flake ad.
Yeah.
What was it? Milk tray? Oh, because the lady loves milk tray. Just Nigel at your balcony. Phone in 57782 with any stupid opinion. She's trying to writhe on the bed. He's just banging on. Oh, Nigel. Yeah. So that's what he said. That's what he maintained, that he was too hot to handle.
Yeah.
And then it turned out no.
No, he just he didn't have enough money in his account. My opinions have been draining the account of money. So, because that's the famous thing about Coots' bank account, and even I knew that coming from Canada, that because you get special. You get special checks, and there's a special checkbook, and I think a special credit card, but you have to have 50,000 in your.
Oh, it's a lot more than that. It's a lot more. You have to have 3 million in your savings account. Either invest 1 million into the bank or borrow 1 million from the bank to have a Coots account.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, Nigel didn't have any of that.
No.
His years of political soft porn. Just him wandering around in the Ginger Spice's Union Jack miniskirt. Do you like it, big boy?
That was a different diary.
That was my actual diary. So ridiculous.
Well, and also like I was just listening to it. I'm like, this guy has been this guy's praised Putin on in the paper and on the news. He's I don't think he's ever corrected the record on it either. He's so I was like, I wonder what a guy with that many connections to Russian money, I wonder what would have happened to make banks not want to deal with you. Could it have been a sanction of some sort?
Could it be the security service interested in your connections to the Kremlin? And that's what I thought. That's what my first assumption. It turns out, no, he just doesn't have the money. What's even better, this best bit is NatWest have offered him a basic bank account.
Yeah, like one of those student ones. Getting started.
He's going to be able to collect Ghostbusters figurines. But sadly, the new women's Ghostbusters.
And he can get into movies for a lot cheaper, but he has to have the card with him. You can't.
Yeah. Do you have any Second World War movies on?
Not Das Boot either. I was tricked into that one.
No, I want to watch Dunkirk. Have you got Dunkirk on? Sorry, sir, only the latest Pixar. Is that the one with the non-whatever character? Poor Nigel, all alone in a multiplex.
Yeah, just skipping from cinema to cinema. As
Just
one ends, he sneaks into the other one. Excuse me, are you going to finish that popcorn?
Are you going to liberate that popcorn from bureaucrats in Brussels?
Just munching on stray kernels, slithering between the seats.
Stray kernels. That's who voted for him. Oh dear. Ah, well, Nigel, you'll be back somehow.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's-
He's never. Well, he just won an award too. So.
Did he?
Yeah.
What do you mean he won an award?
It's been an up and down week for old Nigel. He won a television award because he.
For what?
He's a presenter on GB News.
Oh, right, for best disinformation campaign.
Yeah, largest mouth. He's got a. I don't. Yeah, if anybody here is in North America listening and doesn't know what this guy looks like,
Yeah.
he has a cartoonishly large mouth. He looks like a caricature of himself.
Yeah, that's right. He looks amphibious. Yeah. He does look like he'd be happier sitting on a a lily pad somewhere.
I think that's
A
why,
Union Jack lily pad, I might add.
Yeah, I think that's why he's so pissed off by all the boats showing up. He doesn't understand why people need them. Why don't you just snake through the water like I can?
Exactly. Why don't you just lay 1,000 of your own kind, donate them to a primary school, let the children watch them grow. I remember, when there was the whole thing during the height of Brexit, when they had the Battle of the Thames, Farage was in one fishing boat outside the House of Commons, and Bob Geldof was in the other one. I know, it's crazy, but true, all actually true. They were just doing...
Farage's mortal enemy, Geldof.
Geldof! Let me list the things I don't like about you, Bob. You're taller than me. You've still got an account of Coots. You're of German descent. I'm of French descent. So ridiculous. Yeah. There was in the boat war.
Right. I don't remember this.
Oh yeah, it was like 2 days before the actual Brexit referendum. Farage and Geldof went stern to stern. Right outside the House of Commons.
Permission to board. That was the name of that Red Shoe Diary. And it cuts to a big billowing. Like they're on stage at Live Aid. Our eyes locked.
Yes, exactly. It all starts in Hull, like all erotic stories do. I was down by the docks for completely legitimate reasons.
Little problem with the sat-nav, and anyway.
I was trying to gain a couple of spare parts for my Jag.
Talking to a couple of Portuguese fishermen.
Well, I believe they were Portuguese because I didn't understand them. Later I was informed that, in fact, locals from Hull. I couldn't even do it. What is a Hull impression? I couldn't even do it.
Ooh, that's
Ooh.
yeah, that's you got.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's. But I was I was married to a woman from Hull.
I know you were.
I can't do an impression.
I don't think she had a particularly Hull-esque Hull accent.
I was married to her, so yeah.
I could understand her.
Well.
It was. You did say it in the past tense, so.
Yeah.
Understood. Discreet veil pulled over.
Yeah.
Oh, Nigel. So he's run out of money. Jesus. But there's not even money in razzling up Brexit anymore. Obviously, there was never any money in Brexit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But there was money in, 17 million of them voted for it.
Yeah. I think Prigozhin bought him a few meals. But he made the mistake. He got Brexit done, and then it's like, hey lads, Russia, do I not? Come on,
guys, these Werther's original won't buy themselves. I'm begging for Benson and Hedges down the docks again.
That's not what you're doing.
Oh right, just Benson. Anyway, poor old fucking Nigel. He's in financial troubles.
Good.
Well, yeah. I mean, to be honest, he might be better off without money. Some people are ruined by it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
It's very hard to be a man of the people when you're banking with coots.
banking with coots and drinking alone. The Nigel Farage story. And now it's just one of those things.
Oh, that's his Hallmark movie. That's the comeback movie after his Red Shoe Diaries. I've been banking alone.
All right, Nigel. Well, we salute you. And
For what you are, you're a fucking Eejit.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
You're a prize plum.
And I expect to see you back soon here on the show. So you're never far away from our thoughts.
No. You clear up and yet you come back at moments of great stress.
You German fairy tale of a man.
You cautionary tale in slip-on shoes.
Slip on red shoes. Off you go. Another entry in the diary and be back. Quick as a whip. I found some Eejits. And I will just read to you from the newspaper that I found them in. It's over Just Stop Oil, and this happened about 3 days ago.
Again, a re-entry.
Yeah.
We have mentioned you, people that make nothing better, before.
Well,
Colourful, but not better.
no, and this is possibly so. And this is from the Times, so it's not like a totally slanted paper. It's got its moments, but from the story it says. In one sign of dissent, a Just Stop Oil protest in central London was hijacked by a group on a stag do who chanted, "We love you, oil, we do." About 25 activists were slowly marching on roads near Waterloo Station when they were suddenly ambushed by men in fancy dress. One briefly joined the head of the procession, standing shoulder to shoulder with the protesters as they held up traffic. His friends cheered him on as he ripped the sign from the activist's hands and ran down the street, twirling it in the air before throwing it on the ground.
Never mess with a stag do.
Oh no! And I will put these pictures up on the but just have a look at that guy. And,
Oh my God. Yeah, it's just Crazy Keith.
Well, you'll also notice he's in pride colors, so they are idiots. It's very confusing because the story was about how they were gonna protest the Pride Parade, also.
Oh right.
But yeah, this is
Jesus, what an absolute hodgepodge. You've got just for oil. The hair brand, Just for Oil. That's for planets that are running out of oil. Would you like to still look thrusting, a more healthy, younger planet? Then try Just for Oil. So the Just Stop Oil were protesting against gay pride.
No, they were going to the next day, and that's what the story was about. So it was weird because it looked like, oh, well, why is this? No, that's the stag do who is dressed up as if they're going to a pride event. So it's obviously like, we'll go downtown and we'll dress it like we're gay, and that'll be offensive to nobody. Like it'll just be everybody. Oh, you're here for the parade? No, we're not.
We're just a bunch of lads in tight t-shirts pretending to be gay together.
Yeah,
at a gay event.
And if you see pictures of us at the gay event, that's because we were totally
we're having a laugh.
Rocking it. Yeah,
we were properly having a laugh.
Oh yeah, sucking each other's dicks as if we were gay.
That'll teach him.
Yeah. Dancing, rubbing men's backs. They thought we were gay. Licking their balls. Joke's on you. I'm not gay.
None of us are gay.
He's getting married. How can he be gay?
Yeah, it all started. We were in the pub and we were like, right, we'll go over full fit. You go over stag do full fit, didn't you? Right. We were like, right, we would do it like we did when it was Steve's Stag Do, and you had to lose part of your finger. Remember that? When we were in Bucharest.
Oh, yeah.
And Keith lost a bit of his pinky finger. He lost the wager, didn't he? He got forfeit. Or was the other time we were at Darren's Stag Do? Do you remember that? Yeah. And he lost an eye. Yeah, brilliant. Well, this time round, we've decided to try it. First one to get monkey pox gets free drinks for the whole week. You know what I mean? Got to get your monkey pox in.
Yeah.
So weird. Three different British subcultures smashing into each other.
Yeah. And
Pride, Just Stop Oil, and Keith. And Keith and the boys. Hey!
And they ended up in, like, they got in the newspaper over it.
I'd be delighted with that.
Yeah. And I don't think it's particularly funny to, dress up in pride colors, it just in a mocking way. But you gotta give them their due. It was funny what they did to the Just Stop Oil people. And if you see the faces of the other people holding their signs.
It's dying!
Yeah.
I'm dying at first. Hey! Somebody get us a pint. Come on.
But then to snatch their sign and run away.
So stupid. I mean, we are laughing from the point of view as two men that have against our will entertained close to 1 million stag do's.
Yeah.
We know what these people are like.
Oh, yeah.
They don't want comedy. They definitely don't want your environmentalist message. Right? They've come to a comedy club and they can't get their head around comedy.
Yeah.
Both me and Mr. Wool here, along with every other comedian of our generation, worked in many, many comedy clubs over the last 30 years where not even dick jokes are going into these drunken fucking monsters' heads.
They're a little over their heads.
Oh, I thought what he was talking about his cocks and his balls. I don't get it.
It's a bit clever, isn't it?
What's this student shit?
Not all of us read pornographic magazines, sir.
Yeah. Sam is just looking at pictures.
You got any pictures?
Yeah, well, wow. Well, wowee.
Yeah.
What an absolute cultural twist. There was a great stag do. It was a couple of years back. Again, one of those classic cultures. Austria banned the burqa. Right? They had for a while. They had a coalition between the far right freedom parties, they're called, and the centre right party, which are they're basically the conservatives and the far right went into coalition together.
If there's ever a nation that should probably just not do that, it's Austria.
Yeah,
you've cleaned it up a little bit. People are kind of forgetting. What can we do to get back into people's bad books?
You know what? We don't push the boundary enough. You know, we could be a bit more edgy. We're only famous for two people. You know that, just two people.
Yeah, we can't hide our daughter in the basement, so we have to do something racist.
Exactly. And if you know the Habsburgs, nobody remembers them. All they know is the little soldier from the border. Or the giant man who can lift things.
There's Fritzl too.
Oh, it's Fritzl.
What did you think? I thought Schwarzenegger had done.
Andy, there's no need to be down in the basement. Get out here. Let me bench press you.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched Pumping Iron?
No.
Oh, it's one of the best documentaries you'll ever see. Like,
yeah,
Schwarzenegger's always been really funny. Like,
oh yeah,
and he would just, all the other bodybuilders, God love them, like they were only good for lifting heavy weights. Like,
yeah,
Arnie was always smart. Like, would just go around and wind them all up. Like,
yeah,
he was, his arch rival it's because this was the last year he defended his title, was Lou Ferrigno, who was
Lou Ferrigno,
yeah, who was the original TV
the deaf Hulk.
Yeah, well, he was just the Hulk.
Well, he was deaf.
Yeah, he was, but the character wasn't.
We don't know that.
Well, fair enough. Actually, you've stumped me there. I've no idea. I can't say I'm that deep into Marvel's universe, but I know whether like the Hulk is deaf or not.
I don't know.
Well, he could be.
Yeah.
He could be. Lots of people are. I'm not entirely. I can't hear certain sounds anymore.
No.
Maybe I never could.
Yeah. Yeah. That's tones for me. Anyway.
I
Sorry.
don't know how we got into the
That was
famous...
terrible improv on my part. He might be deaf. You don't know.
You don't know.
Green. There's no rules anymore. Once a guy turns green.
That's true. Once you're somewhere totally different on the colour spectrum to everybody else on the planet, you do what you like. So the far right and centre right party. This is a coalition about 10 years ago in Austria. The far right said they'd only go into coalition if two conditions: legalising smoking indoors again.
That sounds like that's a personal.
Sounds like Nigel Farage's heaven.
Yeah, but whoever came up with that is like two things. The last guy who smokes in the party. We want him to smoke inside. And everybody's like, we've got two wishes, and you pick that.
That's what I wish for. My third wish will end up in The Hague. So let's just stay with. Trust me, this is my better wish. I wish we all get cancer. That's my better wish.
I wish we smoke inside and nobody's allowed in the attic. What? What? Knocking, whatever you hear, you don't go up there.
Cigarettes, pipes, cigars, snuff, all legal inside, and also nobody knocks on the wood paneling in my house.
Do we have a deal? Shut up!
Ah, my God. Unless you have a lighter, shut up. So noisy, these pipes. So vocal as hell.
I know, they always want help. The pipes.
Helping. The pipes keep shouting help. What are we talking about? Oh, Jesus.
So he wants to smoke inside.
Yeah, so they wanted to smoke. The far right wanted to smoke inside. And the other thing was ban the burqa. Oh, they all love banning the burqa. So they ban the burqa. Right. So there'd be no Islamic veils for whether the face covering or not. Yeah. Right. But the centre-right one...
Can you imagine those being your two biggest problems as a white man in Austria?
Yeah.
Well, it's not. I have to go outside to smoke, and then I have to see a burqa come by.
I'm trying to Google on my phone how I can buy a brand new Audi. Now I've lost my place and it's gone back to the main page. And I was just about to choose my favourite colour, which is marine teal. Yo people.
I will change this.
This will not stand. That just means there's going to be a lot more knocking on the pipes.
My house will be your burqa.
Oh wow. Helmets, that's some strong sausage you just put in your spicy.
It's a bit of spicy in there.
That was a little bit of paprika in that joke. I failed.
Yeah.
So that was their two things. They wanted to ban the burqa. This is fucking great. They banned the burqa and smoking indoors. So, but the centre-right party didn't want to look like they were out and out anti-Muslim and let a woman choose what the fuck she wants to wear.
Yeah.
So they went, and this is quite a common one in centre-right parties. No, it's not about Islam. It's not about women. It's about face cover. We don't believe anybody should be allowed to cover their face in public. Right? If you can't go into a bank with a crash helmet on, right? That's the logic, right? So they banned it. So they banned all face coverings, right? Whatever you use, ban the burqa, right? The first person actually convicted of the ban the burqa law in Austria was a man on a stag do in a shark costume. Finally. We're dealing with the scourge.
Yeah.
The scourge of Islamic sharks in a landlocked country.
Yeah. arrested right in front of Josef Fritzl's house. Fritzl's looking at, what's going on? Sorry, Joseph.
Sorry.
There's vesting a shark.
I understand you like to, do your digging late at night. Don't want to distract you. We'll take this shark away. Ridiculous. Oh God, yeah, so many stag do's, so many dreadful stag do's, trying to entertain. Men just wandering off.
And let's not forget the hen nights too.
Let's not forget the hen nights.
Yeah,
like it's always a slight more chance of violence in a hen do.
Yeah, it's like getting a terminal diagnosis of a show. Like if a doctor were to come into the green room and go, you actually have a hen night and a special on white wine. Okay, well the show's gonna die. Yeah. We should just put it down now.
I don't really think this is. I mean, it's obviously up to you. We can make you comfortable.
We have a Swiss sound technician coming in. He's going to pull the plug on everything. But we just,
The remains of this gig will be found at the bottom of Lake Geneva in a couple of years' time. It is done. Yeah. Where's the hen do? They're from Liverpool. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a Scouse hen do.
Yeah, we just now that there's a government. Yeah, no, we have to pull it now. We can't. This is it's actually an Austrian rule of all things.
Exactly. Yes, they call it the pink avalanche. Nothing can stop. It's that sash. When you see the pink sash coming towards you.
Yeah.
You're backstage at the comedy gig and 20 pink sashes march in, like.
And lit dealy boppers on their head, so there's like little flashing penises bobbing around on like antennae.
Yeah.
There's little dick antennae, like the horniest ants in the world are now coming. Yeah. And all it's doing is picking up the strange wobble of like women who've started drinking at around noon to get on the flight to get to wherever the fuck they were going.
Yeah, wherever the hell they are now. Wherever their passport stamped.
Yeah, and the daily boppers are bouncing in a way that like they're not in time with each other. They're like they're moving independently of each other. It's like, how are you doing that with your head?
Yeah, exactly.
You're able. There's no rhythm in those at all.
You're oscillating in two directions. Which, in some of the hookah bars of Cairo, is very prized. But not you, Susan.
Yeah.
Not you. Or you, Linda. Nobody wants to see you oscillate.
No.
This is the happiest I've ever made a hand do. And it wasn't on stage. I was in this... There's a...
Go on.
I will. Dish. Garçon, another course of filth, please. I was in Bunratty Castle, which is this theme.
What?
It's a castle near Shannon Airport in Ireland, and they have the castle show. You know what I mean? The medieval fair.
Oh right.
Yeah, the whole thing. It's usually like a bunch of retired firefighters from Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's all retired Yanks. Their last thing before they fly back to the States. But the main bar there. I was in there one time with a couple of mates of ours, and a massive Irish hen do walked in. Right, they were all in the pink.
3 of them.
There's about 20 of them, and they were in high spirits. Let's say, let's just say they were in high spirits, very high spirited. But they were good. They were good crack. And they spotted me, and like. They were like, can we get a picture with you? And they went, look what we got for the picture. And they had a massive inflatable cock and balls. Right. But all I had to do to make them genuinely happy was when they got their massive cock and balls and went, look, way! I went, why did you get the medium? Hey! And do. I then proceeded to have my dinner there and just hear in the distance the word medium shouted over. Well, There you
I
go.
wonder if they're still together. That's all I think every time I see those. Every time a stag or a hen do.
Oh, the couple.
Back. Yeah, this go. Did they make it? No. If you as a bystander remember their hen do or stag do, I bet you that couple didn't make it. Best stag do's are like when the people are just like, I'm just getting through this, and then I'm going to be married. Because, they kind of got married because I don't like hanging out with these people anymore.
This is the end of it. I will send you a postcard once a year, boys.
So, my buddy in Canada, they took him on a stag do, and they forgot to check. And they went to a strip club, and out came the first dancer, which was his sister.
Oh, wow.
He had to go stand in the parking lot while his sister stripped for everybody.
Jeez. It gets small in Canada quickly. You get off that US border, it becomes small town real quick. There's a strip club in Northern Ontario. The only stripper's my little sister. You can't Google her 'cause her name has Young in it. Imagine just trying to strip to Neil Young. Yeah. Southern man, you better put your cocks away.
I seen the needle and the damage done. Yeah, I can see you.
I can see the pole and the damage done. It's being lubed for everyone.
You don't lube those poles, sir. That's a bit of stripper humor. That's how you know the other strippers don't like you. If somebody lubes the pole before you get up there. Skinny bop 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 gun. Thump. Jessica, you bitch! No, I didn't do anything. I just happened to be recording it with my phone at the same time.
Just ask Neil Young's sister. Margaret Young. Not a dime from Neil. Anyway, listen, hopefully the planet heals itself.
Yeah.
And hopefully everybody enjoyed Pride. And the Stag Do. Hopefully they all got home alive.
Yeah.
And hopefully they've thought about what they've done.
I think
Ruining bourgeois eco scolds. Wonderful day out.
I think out of the Stag Do, maybe 15 of them, I think 13 have gone back to their lives. Two will now be at Pride next year, unironically, and and those are my two favorite people in the story. The ones who thought it would be all funny and now
hilarious. It'd be hilarious if we just kissed fellas in the street.
Yeah. How gay would that be?
Everybody's got to think we're gay after doing all that gay stuff. Hey. That'll teach them.
Yeah.
That'll teach them to judge us for our way of life.
We got you totally pranked.
What else is going on in the world?
Oh.
What other fucking Eejits are there?
Well. Sacre bleu.
Oh. I like the way this is startling. Is this a style?
Bonjour.
France, Jesus.
Yeah, it's the summertime and the rioting is upon us.
It's summertime and the riding is easy. Brutal cops and excluded minority.
And some poor driving. It has to be said. Yeah.
Jesus, fuck. And it's all kicking off. Which, like, if the minute there's a school holidays in France, you pretty much guarantee, and a random act of brutality by the cops, which, God bless the French cops, is never far from their hand.
No, I have a feeling that there's one of those every night, and this was just the one that they were like, all right, well, school's out for the summer.
Yeah, they'll all be listening to that. I can guarantee you the 17-year-olds of the banlieue, there's nothing they love more than Alice Cooper.
Yes,
there you
that's
go.
right.
I know me classic rock. Yeah, and while it was all kicking off, Macron was at
Elton John.
Elton John. Incredibly bad optics.
Well, I mean, for me, people like brought that up as he was like a bad person, but I thought he's not Batman. Like he can't stop it. He's
the president and the head of the army.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. Like he doesn't have to get down there like Giuliani on 9/11. I'll hold the buildings up myself.
No. I think he would probably not be very useful in a riot. Oh dear, France. Like, it's very hard from the outside. It is weird. I was only in Marseille last week, and I was in Paris last week. France is just strange. It's like a mirror image of Britain, but it's not. Do you know what I mean? Everything's slightly different.
Yeah.
You know the way the Brits like to live out in the suburbs. If you had money, you'd choose to live in Surrey.
Yeah.
You choose to live in the leafy suburb. That's the British mentality. Whereas the French, if you have money in France, you want to live in the city centre. Around the corner from the boulangerie.
Yeah.
And your lover is only at the next arrondissement.
Oui.
You know what I mean? You maybe share a baguette. You eat it, start at either end and eat towards each other's lips. Yeah. Like Lady and the Tramp, only with bread. Yeah. But they are like, those banlieue, like, it's weird. Like, there's, what I'm trying to say is, there's bad and bad in this story. I have met some dreadful French cops and some dreadful bad French gangster dudes, like really horrible people.
Yeah.
I mean, there was one time, it's not great. The French cops, if you never encounter them, are exceedingly heavy-handed.
They are.
With everyone.
Yeah.
With everyone.
I've had run-ins with them.
Everyone. I was, years ago, when my son was really little, we went to Disneyland, and if you've ever been it's knackering.
Yeah.
Being a parent is nothing more tiring than going to a theme park. You're on your feet all day. Do you know what I mean? You're knackered. And we were going back in the train. There was a free newspaper. And I put it on the seat and I put my feet up on the free newspaper on the train. Because you go where Disneyland is sort of on the way back into the city centre of Paris. You go through a lot of the banlieue. That's where it is. That's where it all is. Sort of northeast, I think.
So are these seats really close together?
Yeah, they're pretty close together. Yes. Yes, Glenn. I didn't say my
That's a short joke, if anybody...
Yes, no, there's one in every episode. You'll find there's genuine prejudice in this podcast. And the two cops got on, and they're clearly tourists. We have Disney merchandise. We're tired.
Were you wearing the hat?
He was wearing a little hat. I can't remember.
Okay.
So we had some
you're identified as
tourists that have been
not
to
gangsters. I've never seen a gangster in a Tony the fucking Mouse. Here he comes.
Well, maybe Mickey Mouse could have been a murderer. He always wore gloves. You know what I mean? He knew that a bit of muzzle flash could stay on the finger for a long time. Yeah. He knew. And the cop these two cops came on in sort of boiler suits, the sort of riot cops. They just kicked my legs off the chair, sort of shouting at me in French. I'm like, all you had to do was just say, "Attends, hey."
Yeah.
And I would have, but I wasn't dirtying the seat. My feet were on, but it's that sort of just automatic brutality. This is the best one we had. One time we were in the French Alps. When we started Altitude, we were in as you know, we were in Maribel in the Three Valleys in the French Alps. And we used to do bar gigs we were based in Maribel, but we were going over to Val d'Isère, which is sort of 2 hours around the mountain, to another largely English-speaking ski resort. We'd done the gig, and it was me and the promoter and two other comedians. And in all fairness, I had long hair at the time. I was wearing a leather jacket. The other one was a bit of a bodybuilder, had loads of tattoos. The other one looked like a mountain man. Looked like he lived in a log cabin. And the other one was Italian, or British Italian. We all looked, to French cops' eyes, could have looked like something.
Yeah.
Right? We get pulled over late at night by the French cops. And we ordered out of the car. They set the sniffer dog on the car. Nothing.
The canine.
Yeah. Then they lined us up, right? We had nothing on us. Nothing at all. And even the driver was sober, which in the Alps is rare.
Yeah.
Which in the Alps, in all fairness.
Did he get in trouble for that?
Yes.
What are you doing?
Drink your driver's wine. What is wrong with you? You're going nowhere until this Beaujolais is finished. Fini! But it was so great. So they lined us up. And these cops were like this. They were like, yes. They were like delighted. We're going to nab some Brits. Right? The fact that, literally only one of us, very, very few, none of us only held a British passport. We were all, anyway, whatever. So they sent the sniffer dog along the line, give us all a really good sniffing.
Yeah.
Nothing. Gets to the end of the line, and the dog doesn't do whatever it's meant to do, bark twice or sit down or whatever it's meant to do. Just nothing. The canine guy goes over to the cop who's running the operation. They have a chat in French. They're looking back at us, looking at the dog, and the guy went, "Do it again! Do it again!" The dog, obviously, we had nothing on us. This dog sniffed us again. Still nothing. And we felt really sorry for the dog because the canine guy went, "Bad dog," slapped him on the nose and put him in the car.
As you're driving away, you just hear a revolver discharge.
It was either the wine or the dog. We cannot blame the wine. We can grow more dogs, but because of global warming, the wine is becoming more rare. So brutal. Then there was another time I was in Sweden. I was gigging in Sweden.
French cops again?
No,
I don't think they're not supposed to, but they don't have jurisdiction.
No, this is Parisian gangsters. Right, I'd done a gig there, and then afterwards the promoters very kindly took me out to see the nightlife of Stockholm, right? We went to a very fancy club, and we were in the VIP room, then there was a VIP within the VIP. So I'm now behind 3 velvet ropes in the most exclusive area of one of the most exclusive nightclubs and the fanciest part of Stockholm. Well, what that actually involved was just me. He went off to, he was gadflying around the bar, chatting to this person, chatting to that person.
Yeah.
And I'm there stuck with 5 Parisian Algerian gangsters who were the most joyless men alive. They're like gold chains and really grimacing.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm there, I'm like half pissed, and there's only us. I'm just in this booth with these 5 massive, scary looking, Paris.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? These are banlieue gangster dudes, right? And they were like, really, and everybody else there is just kind of the young and the beautiful of Stockholm.
But you're probably more likely to get a conversation out of those gangsters than like a Swede who doesn't know you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but we have never met, so I will step my shoe.
I haven't raised the barn with you, so we have not sweated naked in a little wooden box together. So, well, these guys who were like, and I was just, I was well and truly pissed. I'm like, we're sharing this booth. So I'm like trying to make conversation there, like, ugh. So I try and chat to them in French. Nothing. They're like hard staring at me, but they're not even like talking to each other. They're all sat like staring directly, like kind of grimacing at the world,
like
right?
a heatless sauna.
Yes, exactly, right. I was going, man, you dudes are no crack. Is this the point of being like at the top end of the Parisian gangster tree that you don't even talk to each other in the VIP bar, right? It was like kind of pretty standard house music, right? It was a bit more than pop, a bit less than, you know what I mean? It was pretty hard house, and they weren't even like bopping their heads. They're all like staring and like really kind of grimacing and just grinding their teeth. Looked like anybody made eye contact with them, they were just going to beat the shit out of them. And we're in this sort of semi-shoe shaped thing. So every time I look up, I'm in eye contact. I'm being stared. It was only at the end of the night that Gigi went, all right, that's the end of the night. Now for a little bit of fun. Who wants some Whitney Houston? And these dudes all got up and went, yeah! And just started losing their shit. How will I know if he... And then I realized, they were all on ecstasy. These dudes had taken ecstasy tablets, but didn't know how to, be enthusiastic about existence and be tough guys at the same time.
Right.
And Whitney just turned them on. And they were just on chairs, just... Fucking mate, you're idiots. You just ruined your whole evening trying to be tough.
Yeah.
Be Paris tough guys.
Yeah. You pill didn't do nothing to me.
Sacre bleu. I'm really getting into it. The beat is starting to take me over. I just stare straight out and look angry. I don't know what accent that was.
Yeah, well, my Swedish one earlier wasn't Swedish, so...
No. But that's what edit's there for. We'll leave it in.
I'm leaving it in. I can't... I'll never learn unless I learn.
But they released animals in the riot.
Yes.
There was as if like burning cars, looting shops, guns being fired in the air.
Yeah.
The most terrifying thing was just seeing a zebra.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't think they just released zebras either. I think they released like an ecosystem. So, I mean, I think that would be terrifying if you just saw like a pack of lions take down a elk. This is a good riot. You really. Did you have those or did you?
I mean, yes, yeah. That's what I would be like. I'd be like, fuck, if there's a zebra on the loose. That's lion dinner.
Yeah, yeah. I would stay close to the zebra because that, of course, is going to prefer the zebra to a rioter. But
I don't know.
Yeah. You don't want to be hanging out with.
You don't want to find out.
Yeah, I don't want to be hanging out with lions when like firecrackers are going off and like guns are being discharged. That's not where they're at their calmest. So.
No.
Under
a shady tree in the Serengeti, fresh off a fuck. That's when a lion.
That's when you can tickle its chin,
Yeah.
And it's gonna let that happen. But
He's tired.
yeah, he's got the blood of a fresh kill all over his face, and he's just had a good hump, and scratch the belly, you little. What are you, a monkey? I don't know what the hell you are.
Yeah. Rather than a side street around the corner from Gare du Nord.
Yeah, French riot cops with masks. Going,
Yeah. Bunch of Algerian dudes trying to maintain the ecstasy.
But I mean, whoever released the zoo, it's like the Just Stop Oil Stag Do. It's like you did. Yeah, that's funny. It is funny what you've done. Like. It shows a level of rioting that we haven't seen. A lot of it's just
creative.
It is.
Yeah. I mean, it would have never occurred to me. I guess when it comes to riots, I'm a bit Bobby Basic.
Yeah.
I'd be a burning a bus out kind of guy.
Exactly.
I would never occurred to me to
rocking a car but not flipping it that kind of
that's more like
of
that's sporting. That's when it like. A shitty city in America wins something in sports.
Oh, look, the Chicago Cubs have won the World Series, and then we're pushing on a car. And,
we're rocking that Oldsmobile.
Yeah. No, this was good, and I
not morally good. We're saying. We're not
no. I'm just saying, if you got a riot, you want to keep it original, but the problem is now. It's gonna turn into the hack, and then what time we've got to release the zoo because it's not a riot if we don't release the zoo, and they're gonna be out. They're gonna have to defend the zoo and have the police there. So yeah, just for one brief moment in time, they released the zoo, and you tip your hat to them. But I mean, like, here's the other thing, because if you follow these riots on Twitter, you know, oh, Europe is on fire. And mass immigration, and Paris will fall in 7 to 8 hours. Weapons that were supposed to be in Ukraine are now in the hands of the French rioters. They have javelins that the Ukrainians have sold them on the black market. I'm like, you don't think that would have been on the news if the French rioters have javelins? You know, I think you've been misinformed. Yeah. And then Kim.com, that big fat idiot who,
I mean, you know,
and he lives in New Zealand too, so you know that's who I go to for my Paris download. You know, of course. I mean, he's fat enough to be in New Zealand and in Paris at the same time, but he's the only man in the world who's able to do that. But yeah, he did this big tweet about, oh my God, Paris is falling, and then our friend and friend of the show, Rhys Darby. He was in Paris on that day. And speaking about the yin and the yang of New Zealand, you've got maybe the best New Zealander in the world and the worst New Zealander. And I was just like, Rhys, is everything okay? Like, I just sent him a message like, yeah, it's fine. I've seen like three riot cut trucks, but you know, it's fine.
Oh, it's very organised in Paris. That's what I mean. Like, French rioting is semi-codified.
Yeah.
And I mean, everything's got a rule in France. So like, they'll know where the rioting.
Oh, you have to get permits. You can't.
Yeah. This is for extramarital affairs, this side of the city, and that where you are is more for the rioting.
Yeah, they had to wake up the judge to have that riot, though, because it came in so late at night. He was like, "Oh, I will sign this thing, but then I'm going back to the extramarital affair part of Paris."
What? Why have I been walking? I
am eating cake with my mistress. What is this?
What is it? So quite a few disaffected youths from the Benlure would really appreciate to have a nice summer fete riot, you know? Okay, I'll send it off, but tell them only 5 days. 5 days, and then it's...
You have to reapply. You have to reapply. And maybe, but see, what you accomplish in 5 days, maybe you do something extraordinary, like release the zoo or so. Yeah, I said release the zoo. Where are you going? It's gone. It's gone.
Okay, I don't think in the paperwork it says anything about zoo. Maybe it will be just a menagerie. It's a little zoo. Oh, no. The petting zoo. The petting zoo. That's what it is.
Release a petting zoo. See how it goes. Okay. And then release the real zoo. And second, it's a petting zoo.
Yeah, work your way up to many courses of zoo.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to give you 7 days. I like this.
This is quite unusual. At this stage, maybe the president will stop listening to Elton John.
Oh, that would be the day. Oh, my God.
He loves a bit of Elton. It's not certainly there are the rumors. But I'm here to fill in for paperwork, not make judgments.
No, that's a different part of town.
No, so you have to go across.
Yes, that's the Spanish quarter. That's where you're a little judge.
In France. Oh, well, I wish you all the best, France.
Yeah.
Maybe if your cops weren't as heavy-handed and your rioters weren't so rioty.
Yeah.
Then you wouldn't end up with fucking zebras in the street.
Yeah, so listen to us.
Or just have a good punch-up. Be normal.
Yeah.
Just have a good punch-up. Making it all weird.
Yeah.
Bringing animals into it. Like what? Do you know what I mean?
Too far.
Too much. You've gone too far.
Yeah. Get your shit together, France, or I'll get your shit together for you.
Yeah, ouais. Quel supreme. Too much, yeah. You know, I started in the street. I'm smoking my galua. I'm with, but I can't say her name.
That's right. I just don't remember it.
I can smell the burning tires. I know it is riot season. I know this is all going on. Then I see a zebra coming running down the street. I'm like, oh my God. Stripes at this time of year?
I know.
Appalling. None of it goes with what I'm wearing.
No. I'll try to get a scarf on it. Something, a little hat. A little beret.
Little hat. Come here, you stripy horse. You look ridiculous. Because this, it's summer. Stripes are for the autumn. Ugh.
Yeah, walk on your hind legs at least. We don't want them vertical. We want them horizontal.
Oh, exactly. That way you won't look so fat. And now you've been just sitting around in a zoo. Now we will work you to the bone.
And then we will eat you.
We will try you. Maybe you're delicious, maybe you're not. We will find out.
Yes. Would you like white or dark? I'm the zebra. Come on.
I eat all the stripes.
Zebra joke. Come on.
I don't care whether you're white with black stripes or black with white stripes. Either way, you better get ready. Because I have my saddle. You know? Do you? I don't know. Well, don't do that. Or for the love of God, don't release eagles into the riot.
Oh,
Do that?
the band?
How old would they be now?
Oh my God!
Fucking hell.
I would love to see Don Henley get taken down by a loose orangutan.
The sentence.
Ripped and face ripped clean off. I got a peaceful easy.
Gotta know when to hold 'em. Know when not to hold the orangutan. They are angry and they're out from the zoo.
Did we just release Kenny Rogers into the riot? So was it like a traveling, like it was Elton John was on the bill, Kenny Rogers, the Eagle. That's where Macron was. So we actually had to release all of the bands into the riot so Macron would come.
That's what it is. Bingo. We find the source of the real insurrection. It was not the social alienation of the ethnic minority youth in the distant, badly serviced banlieue. It was not the institutional brutality of the French security services. It was, as I suspected in this case, Mr. Wool, classic rock. Classic rock. As classic country-inflected rock, once again, is the curse.
Americana.
Americana.
Eejits of the world!
Brought to you
by Pod People Production.
It's a Pod People production.
That's what it is.